Okay, so now we're just going to show you the home screen, the functionality of the home screen. Okay, I'm logged in, and as you will see, at the top of the screen, you have the awards icon. If I hover over it, you'll notice it says, it'll show me that it's the back button. So if I want to jump back, that's what I select. The JSB logo is a print button. Obviously, you can only print if your computer is set up with a printer. You can't print if it's not set up with a printer. So just keep that in mind. So your Chromebooks will not be able to print, but your desktops and laptops that are connected to a printer can. That's obvious, right? But I just want to make sure that's clear. You have a search engine here, so you can search anything in awards if you want to get to it quickly. You have the home button, which is the screen that we're on now. You have the calendar. You have your messages. You have your reports. Here's where you find the different programs. They're now up here on the right. You can see all the programs there. Not all the functionality here you will see, only if you have all the bells and whistles turned on, which in my setup I do. Some of you guys will see, direct support staff will see one set of items on the home screen. Managers and assistant managers will see another set. Administrative level staff will see yet another set. The financial team will see fiscal items. The human resources will only see HR functionality, and therefore. So programs, you will only see the programs in which you are assigned. You have permission to access. The one thing we do need to note is anywhere that you go in any of these modules, you have to set the program first. So just be mindful of that. If you work in multiple sites, so these are our substitutes. Our substitutes work in multiple sites. Be very careful that you're going to select the right program first. We also have management teams that will sub at other sites as well. Again, you want to be careful, be mindful that you're selecting the right spot there. For administrative level team, if you're running reports, just make sure you're in the right program when you're doing that, or if you're going in and doing data entry for a certain program, that again, you're selecting the right program. Okay, so that's a tip there. Okay, so we look on to the left here. Obviously, the home logo is there. It automatically defaults to the charts. You have all three charts. Here's the activities, all the areas that I can access in the home screen. Okay. Under census, this is where I will find intake admission, housing, discharge, and profile. Administration, this is where I'll find agency file cabinet. That's different than the individual file cabinet. Agency file cabinet is for things that need to be filed or uploaded that is utilized for the entire agency. This would be like an organizational chart, or it would be the overall Annex A renewal, things like that. We don't save those, we don't upload those, but it just gives you an idea. It's got to be agency-wide. You will also find Form Builder here. If you are somebody that has wants to oversee data in forms, you can also find that here. You can also go to Report Builder and find it there. Operations, Rolodex, fiscal programs, human resources, plan builder, which is a new feature, and system setup. There will be other videos pertaining to plan builder that you can look for. There will be other videos on how to run reports that you will see. Okay, so that's administration. That's where you would find it there. Full Hole Connect. If I click that, a pop-up comes up and it says Foothold Connect on the top, obviously. Here are where announcements are. You will not see add or edit announcements. It's because I have permission to send announcements agency-wide, that I have that permission. You will not see that. What's new in awards? Feel free to go through here and read stuff, familiarize with it. There's some things that I don't showcase to everybody. It depends on how important it is. Feel free to go through it yourself. The more you're in awards and the more you access different things or you utilize more training material, the better you will become in the system. So feel free to participate in these events. If I click on that, you'll see here, it'll tell me all the events that are coming up that I can register for. You can actually register for yourself as well. Tip of the month. This is where you can go and you can read what tips that awards has put in place. Okay. So that's Foothold Connect. The other thing is that I don't know if many of you guys are familiar with and should be, is we have this feature on the left that says looking, well, this one here specifically says looking for report and menu flyouts now live. So this is telling us what is new about awards, and Foothold is trying to bring our attention to it by putting it in red and underlining it. The underline feature actually also works as a hyperlink. So if I'm looking at one of these things and looking for a report, if I click on here, it'll actually give me step-by-step instructions. Okay, if I read it, here's your step-by-step instructions that you can read. Menu flyouts now live. If I were to click on here, again, it gives me a little tidbit on what this feature is talking about, and it also will direct me to another page. So again, on the left of the screen here, you see items here. There are things to alert you. There are things to bring your eye to that attention. So don't always just ignore it. It's a good way to get familiar with the system and really looking at it. Don't always rely on the FIT team, the Foothold internal training team. We try to work very quickly in getting videos up and running. But as you can imagine, that takes a lot of time and energy. And those staff members that are in the system and are playing with the system are the ones that really get to know it really well and become our super users. So I encourage people to be in the system and seeing all the functionality. Okay, so you also see here your name. If I saw the drop down button here and I look, there's attendance, e-signatures, print, password and security, user settings, and I can log out. As you guys know, you should always log out if you're walking away from your computer. Never keep yourself logged in. You can set up your e-signatures. Those are going to be required soon. You can also set up your password security. So if you forget your password, you can answer questions. You will need to provide an alternate email address for this, but it's a good way of not getting yourself locked out. Help on online awards, online help, and then internal help. Now, if I were to hit cards and then the awards jump back, you see I came back to the home screen. I went to one screen prior. So if I went to charts and then I went to incidents and I go to all other things now, if I hit the jump back, don't hit this jump back. This is the click to go back, to hold to see the history. Okay, now listen. This is the history of the web page, not the program. If I use this jump back, I'm jumping back from the web page. I am not jumping back within the program, so that can mess you up. Ironically, this jump back happens to be right near it, so there's that margin of error there. But we need you guys to only use the awards jump back functionality. So being that I clicked onto two things, if I hit jump back now, I'm back to where it said instant reports. Now, let's say I did the calendar, and then I went to Messenger. If I hit jump back, it's going to bring me back to the page I was prior. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So if you use jump back too many times, the system will say you cannot re-enter information. Information will not be saved because the system is confused. So you'd always want to go back to home and start from the beginning. The print button functionality is there. Again, I have my print functionality set up to save as a PDF. You can change it to whatever computer or whatever printer you have. You can always save it to a PDF, save it to your computer. That's a functionality too. And that's for those who are computer savvy enough to know how to set all that up. We're not going to be saving anything. So this is how the home screen works. Again, it starts at charts. Here's all the chart options. Then you can go to census. Here's census options. If you're an administrator, you're going to have administrator options. And everybody will connect. That will be a pop-up. And you can go to several other sites depending on what you are interested in and what you want to learn more about. And again, the left side here in red underlined are all little features that Foothold is trying to get your attention, trying to get you to click on and view because it's important information that may or may not affect the way you do business or the way we do business. So just be mindful that it's always good to click on here and get familiar with that information. So this is the functionality of the home screen. There will be other videos that will go deeper into different modules, which is why I'm not doing that now. I want this training to be relative. So thank you guys so much for watching this video.